Back again. Well, today got an Audi TT that won't start. It's a bit of a strange one. You turn the key, it just wangs over, won't fire up. So let's have a look and see if we can figure out what's going on. First things first, turn that ignition on, and I can't hear the fuel pump priming. I can't hear that bzzz. It's not there. So first suspicions is that the fuel pump isn't priming up and there's no fuel pressure going to the front. If I pop the bonnet up and feel the two hoses that come in on the driver's side, the two fuel hoses, normally, again, when you turn the ignition on, if you can't hit, because some of these pumps in the tanks are quite quiet, but on this one, you definitely turn it on and you can feel a pulse in that pipe. If you can't feel that, again, it's another sign there's no fuel pressure. So let's whip that back seat out. We just grab hold of it. It's on two clips. You just boff, off it comes. Pull it forward, get it out of the way. We don't need that. You're then left with the inspection cover. It's got 3 Phillips head screws on it. So we'll pop them out. There is where the fuel pump is inside the tank, and you can now see the top of it. We've got the connector plug. Now we definitely should be able to hear this. When we crank the car, when we put the ignition on, you should get like a 5-second prime. When you crank it over, you'll get the pump whizzing in, you'll hear it. This one, there's nothing at all. A real simple and easy way to get these going normally is to give it a bash with a hammer. So on top of the tank, just a couple of little taps. Turn the key with your right hand, tap with your left hand. So you've got to be powering it up at the same time as you give it a tap. Bingo, this one fired up. So now I know 100% that that fuel pump had stuck inside. And it's quite common, they're supposed to self-lubricate within the fuel in the tank, and this one had stuck. So the little tap with the power just brings it back to life, the car starts. So that fuel pump needs replacing. To get this fuel pump out of the tank, we need to pop off the fuel pipes. There's a little push clip at the front. We just press that push clip in. And pull the pipe off. There's 2 pipes, take them both off. Then you've got the connector plug. You're going to remove that connector plug. So these plugs, these Volkswagen plugs, Audi plugs, are a real pain in the ass to get off. You can press that and it won't release. You have to pull it upwards. So you have to push down on the connector, and then pull upwards on the tab. That's what I'm saying, it's they're real tricky. So you press down, you pull upwards on the tab, and then it comes off. It is literally it's pushing upwards on that tab there. It's pushing upwards on that tab that release it. If you press it inwards, like most connectors, it won't do a thing. So yeah, they're real tricky to get off sometimes. So you have to push down on the plug, pull up on the tab, and then release. And then remove that spin ring around the top of that sender unit. We're going to just tap that round. Tap, 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 tap. Work it out it comes. Get all of that out of the way, and then just pop the whole unit out the tank. Fuel pump and everything. Just spin that locking ring off, get that out of the way, and then just work this pump out. Just gently ease it up. It's a bit tight getting it through the hole. The pipe gets caught sometimes, but just give it a wriggle and a tug, and away she comes. All the way, and just watch the float at the bottom when you're pulling it out. Just make sure that you remember which way and it's going to go. Just lift it, lever it over to one side as you're pulling it out. And come on, there it is, look, beautiful. Watch that fuel all over the carpet. I wouldn't even go about trying to change the fuel pump itself. Change the whole sender unit. You can buy the whole thing, just replace the whole lot, bang it back in again. Job's a good one. It's not too bad a job to do. It's a bit messy, a bit smelly, but it's not bad at all. It's something definitely that you can do yourself. If you want to get into the depths of it, we can do checks on that wiring. So what you've got is, you've got a couple of wires for the sender unit, which are the small ones, and then you've got a couple of ones, bigger ones, which is you've got your main feed and you've got an earth for the fuel pump. The main positive coming into the fuel pump. You should have probe it, back probe it with it connected. Don't disconnect it. We should be getting 12 volts ish, 10 to 12 on crank. So if you're getting that, you know you've got feed there. Is the earth side good? Just pop your probe into the earth side, crank it. If you are getting 12 volts there, then you know you've got a bad earth. If you're cranking it and it's going to 0, happy days. You know that you've got feed and the earth is good. If that's been of any use to you, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.